you have until Friday, then you have to add some more, you know? You have until Friday to finish this. You could also say, when must I finish this? You have until Friday, or finish it by Friday. You have until Friday. It's always going to be used with until is always going to be used with the word have, I think. You have until Friday. And when you say that, it's talking about this time, right? You have the time until Friday to finish this. More easier is just at the end of the sentence, by, right? The way you said it, I have to finish some of my work until next Friday. No. You could say, I have until next Friday to finish this assignment. That's okay. But easier is just to say at the end of the sentence, by Friday, by next month. It's just easier.
If it's the case of the by, that means the sooner the better?
Not necessarily. It depends. Completely depends. Not necessarily, you know. I have to complete this assignment by Friday. Oh, okay. If your boss likes it early, you probably know that. That completely depends on the case.
And what's the perfect sentence using until?
Until? I have until next week to finish my project. I have until this Friday to finish. I have until Friday to order this product, or else I cannot receive the discount anymore. I have until next weekend to blah blah blah. I have until Friday to blah blah blah. I have until Saturday to blah blah blah. Like that. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, also you can say, you cannot go home until your mom comes.
Okay, yeah, that works. You cannot go home until your mom comes. You cannot leave the table until you finish eating your stuff like that. That works as well. Like I said, whenever you're talking about deadlines, it's just easiest to say bye, blah, 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 bye, blah, blah. And then two more, you said I had to ask a favor for them. Switch the order a little bit. I had to ask them for a favor. And you were talking about the display exhibition of the product. Probably just display. Exhibition sounds like expo, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay, Grace. You at the very beginning you said my dinner was Wang Seiyu either. You would say also, not either. Yeah. Either is comparing two options, either this or this, right? My dinner was Wang Seiyu also, or maybe a little bit more natural just to say I also had Wang Seiyu. I also had that. You said we don't like that. We don't like that, which grammatically is fine, but in that instance you wanted to say we aren't like that. I forget exactly what you were talking about. Maybe you were talking about your company, I think. We don't like that. We don't like that. We aren't like that. We don't like that really means we don't like, means we hate or that. You were saying in that instance, I think you were talking about our company.
Yeah.
We aren't like that. We aren't like that. In that instance, like does not mean 좋아하는, right? Like means similar to. If you say we don't like that, like sounds like, I'm going to speak Korean, 좋아하다, right? We don't like that. We hate that. But if you say we aren't like that, we are not like that, means we are not similar to that. So your company, right? You were talking about the hours or so. Oh, we aren't like that. You could say we don't do that, maybe. But if you say we don't like that, it sounded like your company has something that it does not like. And then you said they refuse me to ride me. To pick me up or to give me a ride, right? Also combined your two sentences. They refuse to pick me up. They refuse to give me a ride. And then you were talking about the pedestrians. They hit by cars a lot. You either need to say they are or they get hit by cars a lot. They get hit by cars a lot. They are hit by cars a lot. Because of by. They are hit by. They get hit by. Okay? And Alex, you said compatible to each other. I wrote down with each other. I forget exactly what you were talking about. They are compatible with each other, not to each other. You are compatible with someone if you have chemistry or something like compatible with. I want the further step. You could say next step, but I wrote down just say I want to know more, maybe is what it sounded like you wanted to say. I want to know more, or I'm curious about their next step. Maybe instead of further step, next step sounds a little bit better. And one more, you said if it's not that much important. Maybe just take out, either say if it's not that important, or if it's not very important. If it's not that important, if it's not very important, take out much in that instance.
It's kind of heavy. I say a lot, right?
Yeah.
Not that much.
Yeah. And Jung-hee, very simple but common. You say you climbed the mountain. We always say hiking. Climb the mountain sounds like Everest. Not Everest. Yeah. You said I concentrated on taking my time with my parents. It just sounds a little bit strange. A lot of times we say spending time instead of taking time. I concentrated on just spending time with my parents. You said I always return my home late. You would want to say I always return to my home late, but it's much better and more natural to say I get home late. Last night I got home very late. I always get home late. And you said use Siri for the information of traffic. Maybe say use Siri for traffic information, or even I would say traffic updates. Traffic information, traffic updates. The information of traffic sounds a bit strange. And Youngjong, I would ask Siri to, what is word? You need to, I would ask Siri to is going to be followed up with a verb, right? I would ask Siri to explain what that word is. Or I would ask Siri for that word. I'm pretty agree with. I'm pretty agree with. Either say, I pretty much agree with. I pretty much agree with you. This time you want to use the word much. Pretty much means almost, right? Pretty much. I pretty much agree with you. I almost agree with you. Pretty is going to be followed by an adjective, right? I'm pretty tall. I'm pretty adventurous. But you are using a verb. So I pretty much agree with you. Or, and not I'm. No, I am. I pretty much agree with you. Or just I agree with you. And two more. Especially to the children. It's very addictive to them. It's just kind of repetitive. Maybe say very addictive for children. I would say, I thought about that. Very addictive to children, for children, to children. I would say for children, just personally. Very addictive to children, for children. I would say for. And you say, when you're talking about that situation of the four of the family not talking to each other, and you said it hurts me. Not really hurts you, but you can say it saddens me. It saddens, S-A-D-D-E-N. To sadden means to make you sad. Something saddens you, it makes you sad. It saddens me to see that. That's a phrase that is quite common. It saddens me to hear that. It saddens me to see that. Like that. Any questions? No? No? Okay.